So this is me. I'm about to finish my first week of my senior year, and it's pretty crazy. I'm already a senior, 17. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna make a video is gonna be, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm really at a point in my life where I'm really questioning everything. I'm having a hard time with my faith, and I'm having a hard time with just everything. I don't even know how many views this video is gonna get, and it's not about that. I don't even really care about that. Sometimes I wonder if I'm even doing the right thing, even though I know I am. I'm just at a point in my life where, I'm trying to figure it all out, and we don't have it all figured out. And I'm just realizing now, you don't have to know what career you're gonna be in when you're 18. You don't have to own your own house when you're 18. In fact, it's basically almost impossible for a lower middle class person to own their own house when they're 18 in this economy. But I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. And honestly, this summer has been rough. And my relationship with God, especially going into my senior year, it's only the beginning of it. It's only the beginning. I'm gonna get a lot better grades. I already kinda am, but it's week 1. So of course you are. But I'm gonna get a lot better grades, and I'm gonna try and get closer to God. But not gonna lie, my relationship with God lately has just been not good. And it's like, I've just been questioning a lot lately, questioning me, questioning who I am, questioning what's happening. And I get worked up and freaked out over little stuff, but I need to get closer to God. I know Jesus loves me. I know my values. And it's like, it's just hard sometimes, but that's no excuse. To be honest, it's rough, but I think what I'm trying to get back to is I'm trying to get back to that mindset where it's like, I'm trying to get into a mindset. Honestly, this isn't me getting back to a mindset. This is me getting to a mindset that I've never had before my entire life. 17 years, my whole life, I've never had this mindset before. This is me trying to get to this mindset. I'm trying to get to a place for the first time in my life where I'm in the mindset of just take it one day at a time. Don't worry about the future. Like to a healthy extent, worry about the future. You know what I mean? And to a healthy, contemplating extent, think about the past, but don't worry. You know what I mean? Contemplate the past. You can learn from the past. Contemplate the future. You need to be prepared. But don't worry about the future. Don't be anxious about the future. Don't be anxious about the past. And it's hard. But I think I'm at a point where, for the first time in my life, and I'm not there yet, I'm trying to get to a point where I can just take it one day at a time. I mean, I'm already kind of at that point. I think I'm already really getting into the mindset. I think about it daily. I'm already at the point where I definitely do think about, every day could be your last day, and you need to live like today's your last day, and you need to take it one day at a time. I'm definitely already in the mindset where you're taking it one day at a time. So I've already been in the mindset all summer, and still to this day. I've already been in the mindset where I'm taking it one day at a time. But I think I just really am trying to get into the mindset of, like, take it one day at a time, and just trust God. Just stop worrying about everything. Just stop caring about what other people think. Just let God be God. You're not God. And you have no control. You have some control, but barely any. God's in complete control. And I don't know why that's so hard for me to accept, but maybe I got trust issues. You think? But yeah, I just pray for me. I'm just trying to get closer to God. It's rough. You know, if you're subscribed, I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't know. Some people unsubscribed. I'm fine with that. If you're subscribed down here to see a perfect Christian, or you're subscribed down here to see someone who's going to be extremely consistent, I'm not perfect. I'm 17. I just love Jesus. And it's hard, and I feel guilty. I don't always live it. I don't always, I mess up. I'm trying my best to figure out what's happening in the world. Not everyone was a pastor's kid, and ironically, a lot of pastors' kids end up living a sinful life, ironically. But I didn't grow up a pastor's kid. You know, my parents weren't extremely strict Christians, and I mean, I would argue that's not necessarily a good thing all the time, to the point where you feel condemned, but some people, they grew up in a household where by the time they're 17, they're going to Bible college. That's just not me, dude. I had to figure out a lot of it for myself. Even though I went to a private Baptist school, like, I had to figure out a lot of it for myself because a lot of things were taboo, a lot of things they didn't talk about, like sex. Like, obviously, I'm not saying be inappropriate or anything, or be sinful, but I kind of have a pet peeve when Christians are so afraid to talk about sex. It's like, I'm not saying be inappropriate. I'm not saying be sinful. You have to wait till marriage between a man and a woman. Lust is a sin. Adultery is a sin. Fornication is a sin. I'm not saying be inappropriate. I'm just saying I have a pet peeve when Christians get so conservative to the point where they don't want to talk about it at all. And then the kids don't know what to do. All my parents taught me was sperm, egg. All my school taught me was porn is bad, don't date a woman, don't touch a woman. So you know where I had to learn about sex from? Oh, and they didn't really have a sex ed class in my school, in my private school. I mean, once I got into 9th and 10th grade, they kind of did, but they didn't even talk about they talked about the reproductive system, but they didn't talk about the stars of the show, if you know what I mean. But you know where I had to learn about sex from? Porn and other boys my age, when I was 12 and 13. And I didn't feel comfortable talking. My dad would have been fine telling me about it, but I didn't feel comfortable talking about it with him because a kid that age isn't going to feel comfortable talking to their parents about sex unless the parents are open about it. Like, it's weird. You obviously don't want to talk to people about it unless they make it a fact that, hey, it's okay to talk about this in an appropriate manner. But if you don't make that a fact, of course the kids are going to feel uncomfortable talking about it to their parents. So then they're going to learn from a bad influence. They're going to learn it somewhere. And even if they do stay pure-minded until they're in their 20s, they're going to learn about it somewhere. And especially in this day and age, it's pretty much impossible for them to not know about it eventually. Very fast. So it's like, I have a lot of pet peeves. I have conservative social values. I'm a Christian. But I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a full-blown conservative, and I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a full-blown liberal. I have pet peeves when it comes to Christianity. I'm a Christian. I agree with the traditional theology, man and woman. I'm not a liberal. It's a man and a woman. That's all you are. I'm not a liberal, but I do have pet peeves when it comes to a lot of conservative Christians they keep things taboo, and let's just say they preach a lot more hate than they do love. Hate the sin, not the sinner. I'm very cynical, and I have a lot of pet peeves. As a Christian, I have a lot of pet peeves when it comes to Christianity and other Christians. I've been through it at that private Baptist school. Don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, but I do understand, you know, it's a crazy world we live in, trying to keep your kids safe. But they gotta learn about it at some point. They gotta learn about the world at some point. So why hide it from them? My personality is very blunt, very cynical. Might as well bluntly give it to them. Sin exists. But yeah, God bless you. And thank you for watching my channel.